Merry Christmas and a happy Hanukkah. Hi, everybody. Yes, 2024 is almost coming to an end. I remember last year in 2023, I was in Germany. So, and yeah, now I am in Canada. And it seems like that I found my home. So many people were asking me during my last 14 years of traveling where my home is. And I couldn't answer this because God was always telling me you are in transition. So, and I can tell 14 years of transition is a lot. But last year in September, God gave me a Bible verse from Proverbs 3, 4, and 5. Trust in me with all your heart and don't lean on your own understanding. And yesterday evening, I was in a prayer meeting for the Middle East here, and somebody quoted this Bible verse. And again, thankfulness and gratefulness flooded my heart. I had this already yesterday morning. A friend from Germany was sending me a message because I was sending her a little video clip about the area I'm in now. And she said, "Oh, that's wonderful. It's beautiful and the nature." And when I heard her message, there came so much gratefulness into my heart, because what I have seen the last 14 years and what I have learned and what I have experienced and from what I got healed, it is amazing. It is, I will never regret that I said yes to Jesus in 2002 when I wanted to kill myself, and in 2008 when he asked me if I'm willing to pay the price to go, and all the other times when he asked me, "Are you ready to go with me on the water again?" I would do it again and again and again. So, and yeah, a little recap of my last, I think maybe 18 months, 16, 18 months. When I wrote my second book, I finished my second book when I was in Denmark, first in Norway and then in Denmark. I was asking the Lord, what should I do now? This was in May 23. And he said, I want you that you are traveling through Germany and visiting different prayer houses. So, and I was not really amused by that because everybody who's knowing me, I have a little struggle with Germany. So anyway, I did what he called me to do, and in every place I was asking, and now, and he showed me another prayer house, and I almost couldn't carry my luggage, so, and he said, and the next corner, and look around the next corner, and I was so exhausted. I was really exhausted, I can tell. But anyway, it came up in August 23 that my son was considering to go to Japan because his company gets sold and his job was finished and whatever. And I was speaking about this with him in August 23. So, and then God called me to go to Syria. And this was the most difficult journey I ever did. It was so heartbreaking, this journey. I already told this whole story about what was going on there and how destroyed the land is. But I knew this was important for me to go. And today I know this was all about that God wanted to break my heart. To break my heart for love. So many years ago, I prayed for a long time. Please God, break me for love. Break me for love so that I can really love the person who is in front of me. And when we are praying these kind of prayer, he is really taking this serious. So, and he took me now 16 months on a journey, and he broke my heart. And the beauty is coming out of this. I can see this and I can feel this. So I was traveling intense through Germany 3 months. Then I flew over to Lebanon and then went into Syria. From Syria, I flew to Norway, then to Edinburgh and Glasgow, Scotland, then to Germany. And this was December last year. I finished one of the 3 education I was on. This was the art therapy therapist education. And then I flew over to Canada. And Canada is a long life dream. When I was 17, I had this dream to move to Canada, to immigrate to Canada. And some years ago, when I came to Canada, it really felt like home. So, and I tried everything, but the door was not open for me. So, and I went away and I was really, really heartbroken. So, but anyway, I was in Canada. I was exactly in this town where I had a vision from 2014. I think I had a vision about the city and I was there and I really, really felt home. So, but from there I flew over again to Norway and then I flew to Germany because I had to say goodbye to my son because he really decided to go to Japan and he's now in Tokyo and he is doing great. It is when you are on the right place in the right time, everything is shifting and everything is great. I can tell. I never saw my son so happy. Never ever. So, and this is his home, I know that. So, and from Germany, I went to Denmark because I had another weeks of education and trauma therapy. Then I finished my writing therapy education and then I flew again to Canada. And I spent, I think, 4 months in Canada. I was first in BC, but then I threw myself into the French part of Canada because I wanted to experience also this part. And it was an amazing time. So, and when I was there, it was a little town in the mountains of Quebec. God called me to go into Israel. So, and I was so shocked because you all know Israel was in war, and but it was so intense, and I knew I had to go. And I remember when in July I brought my rented car back before I flew out of Canada. I was crying 2 hours because I had to leave Canada because I really felt Canada as my home. So, and God sent me an angel on the airplane. I already shared the story about that. I made a video about that. And the angel was praying for me, for Israel, and then beside me was a machine from Iran, the enemy of Israel. It is so funny what God is doing sometimes, really. It's really funny. So, and after Germany, I flew to Denmark because I had to, from Canada, I flew to Germany and then went to Denmark. I had to finish my exam there. This was the third one. I did this, then for a couple of days going back to Germany, selling my car, and then flying into Israel. And all this heartbreaking stuff was a part of this journey for me the last months. And God really, yeah, sometimes you need to be shattered so that you can stand up and can love people. So, and this was what God was doing with me. And this whole year was about trusting in the Lord. And it was really hard for me because I couldn't see God's faithfulness in it. So, and I was in Israel and God said, you are here that you get healed. And I can tell, I wanted to stay a month because I planned to go back to Canada, to the French part. But God called me to stay in Canada, to stay in Israel. And I stayed for 3 months. And God was always shifting me, I was the first month I was in Haifa, and this was not so bad. After when he shifted me into the West Bank, there was a lot going on in Haifa with all the missiles and all the rockets, and it was really terrible for my friends there. So, and then he was shifting me again to Jerusalem. So God always took care of me. And even though when I was in the West Bank, the Iran attacked us, this massive attack, but I always felt safe somehow. So, and I was ready to go. So, but I'm still here, so that's good. Anyway, when I was in the West Bank, I had a dream. A short one. There was a Christian guy coming, and he was telling me in my dream, I have many contacts in British Columbia. And then I woke up. I said, okay, is it from you, God? And a couple of days later, I was in an art therapy studio because I wanted to see how they are setting this up and how they are working, because I want to work like this. And they are doing an amazing job. They are working with soldiers. They have PDS soldiers, and they're traumatized, of course, and all the Holocaust survivors. And it's an amazing place. And the lady said to me, oh, our pastor's in the house. Do you want to meet him? Yeah, of course, sure. And we went down, and the pastor came around the corner, and it was exactly this guy out of my dream. So, and I was so surprised, really. I said, oh my gosh. And the lady said to him, oh, this is Gabriela, and maybe she will go back to Canada, because I still had a back flight, but didn't know if I really will go back to Canada. I couldn't cancel the flight. I didn't know why. I tried it 2 times. And even though my ticket is saying I can cancel, I couldn't. And I thought, okay, God, I leave it in your hands. You know what you're doing. So, and the guy came. He said it. She said it. It's Gabriella, and she maybe will fly back to Canada. And he looked at me and he said, oh, in British Columbia, I have many contacts. So, okay. I knew I have to go to Canada again. And I came home and that night, and I was looking on the map. I said, God, British Columbia is big. Where should I go? And he said, I already told you. I said, okay. So, and then Holy Spirit reminded me, because in summer he told me 3 times about my given gypsy name. So when I was in Spain many years ago, the gypsy pastors, they gave me another name. They said, you, as a gypsy, you have 2 names. One in the passport, and one is telling about your life. So I said, okay, yes, and you will be called Victoria, because you are the woman who is living in victory. Okay, great. So, and I saw 3 times in the summer in different places the name Victoria. And I said, okay. And I was looking up on the map, British Columbia, and my eyes catch the place, Vancouver Island, main city, Victoria. So I'm here now. After I finished my time in Israel, I finished my time with the Feast of Tabernacle, what was amazing. God told me so. And met a lot of people from Canada there already. And flew over to Montreal, because I had only ticket to Montreal, and then another ticket to Vancouver Island. And on the plane already, I met a lady. And before I went into onto the plane, I was thinking about, because I'm now in my writing of my 3rd book, I thought, would be great if I have a publisher here in Canada. So. And I was talking with the lady, and after an hour she was telling me, oh, by the way, I'm a publisher. Of course. God set this all up, so this is for sure. So, and I'm in contact, of course, with her. She's living here on Vancouver Island, and it's amazing. And I'm here now for 7 weeks, and I can tell I have many contacts. I never never experienced this like this before. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I don't know how many people I already know. So, and everybody is telling me without that I'm telling anything, you should meet her and him and this leader and this organization and this church, and I'm running like crazy at the moment to meet all the people. So because God said he had many contacts, so I maybe I should connect. And last week I took a break. I said, it's enough. I need to breathe because it's a really amazing place, I can tell. God is really spoiling me. I'm looking out of the window directly at the ocean, so uh, it's amazing. And the nature here in Canada is wow. I love that. So, and the people here are so beautiful and welcoming. And I mean, I was in so many different countries and time zones, and warm and cold, and west and east and north and south. So, but one thing I really like here is, I mean, this is an island, this is not in the big city in Canada, but here when you are leaving the bus, the people who are leaving the bus, they are saying thank you to the bus driver. I love that. That's amazing. So, and I know that I will not stay on this island. I know this already. So, but I will move next month. But it's a wonderful place here, and the people are very nice. And I can't still believe what's going on here, and that the people are so welcoming and they are so thankful that I'm here. So, and I, you know, and I already had two Christmas parades and got totally overwhelmed by that because I haven't celebrated Christmas for 14 years now, I think. So, and but God is restoring and He is giving me back what I have lost the last 14 years. And yeah, I mean, I'm really totally thankful what God did the last 21 years with my life. When I was at 22, I was standing in my kitchen. I wanted to kill myself, and then Jesus showed up, and um, since then my life is totally different. It's changed completely. So, and my lifelong dream, what I have since I'm 6 years old, came to pass. I remember when I was so young and I was playing on a wonderful, colorful carpet from Morocco, I think it was. And I was dreaming this was my magical carpet, and I will fly with this carpet around the whole world, and I will see all the different nations and countries and foreign people, and I would smell the smells and hear the stories. So, and I'm doing that. So, and sometimes the people are sitting beside me and they are telling their stories without asking. And the last days I'm really thinking about what was in my past before I became a Christian and also as a Christian. But I'm not thinking about the bad things. I had so many bad things happen to me. I was so traumatized, but I'm thinking about the good things. Small little details. You can rewrite your story. There's always something good in it. Always. And I got this is a special time right now for me. I really, really get reminded of all these good things, what's happening in my life. And exactly what Jesus was doing with me in Israel, heal me from my childhood, from my narcissistic father. Um, it is amazing how my life feels right now. It makes such a difference. So, and I mean, we're getting healed until our end. So, but the big stuff is healed. Let me see it like this. The big stuff is healed. So the most shattered, broken pieces are healed. So, and they are coming together, and yeah, and life feels different. So, and this is totally amazing. And I spent the last year of my father's life with him, and it was the toughest year of my life, I think, because he was an absolutely terrible narcissist, and until his last breath, he made it so difficult for me, and screamed at me and was mad at me and all kind of stuff. And he was the guy who abused me when I was so small and little, sexual, and yeah, it was really hard. So it's 4 years ago now. So, and God healed me from my childhood in Israel. So I did a video about the calling of Israel, that when you are in Israel you get healed, because on this nation there is a healing calling. So, and Israel is healing the people and also the nations. And when you can see now what's going on in the Middle East, you know that life will go fast. And I always tell the people that when you are looking to Israel, you know what's going on in your life. And at the moment, Israel is running so fast. Since the 7th of October 23, when Israel stood up and fighting against the enemy of the world, we have so many breakthroughs and so many shifting on earth. It's unbelievable what's going on. And right now, the whole thing with Syria, I mean, I saw Syria last year, and Syria was still totally destroyed. So, and Israel is now shifting the face of the Middle East. And I mean, we all know what's going on. When we are reading the Bible, we know it will not get better. And there will come a false peace. So, but anyway, at the end, Jesus has the victory. He already has. So when he went to the cross. So, but anyway, I'm so grateful and thankful for what God did in my life, and it's still doing in my life. And he told me in 2022 that he is closing the circles of the last 14 years. He called me out when I was 2008, and then in 2022 he closed everything. And then he said, and now I'm shifting, I'm pulling you into the new. And this is what he is doing now. And I think the years of this traveling is coming to a close, and that's good, because I'm really exhausted. So, and I will never regret all the things I have done. So, but I really need a home. So, and I don't need all the stuff. This is not about this. I mean, I'm now in an Airbnb, and it's amazing here, I can tell. I was living in the dirt of Mozambique, and I was laying on the floor and sleeping on the floor. So now I have a comfortable bed. So it's amazing. So, but I have only 2 luggages, and that's okay for me. You know, we don't need all this stuff. So, but when we have all this stuff, we should be thankful for that. So, because there are people that don't have this. And by the way, I want to ask you for prayer for Mozambique right now, because in the north there was a big cyclone and destroyed almost everything. And the people are already so poor, and now all the houses are destroyed, and it's terrible. So in this region, the ISIS is there, and they have already destroyed so many things, and now the cyclone came in, and it's terrible. Please pray for Mozambique, please, please. But God also reminded me of my time in Mozambique, when I saw that the African people were laying in the dirt, and they were crying out to Jesus, and their peas were muddling with the dirt of Mozambique, and it was a holy mess. but they knew how to worship Jesus because they know that they need Jesus. And the Western world are almost not knowing that they are needing Jesus. So this is so different. And every time at Christmas, this is one of the reasons I don't celebrate Christmas. I hate this because the people are fighting the whole year for one day of peace, Christmas, So this is also false peace. And also this running and this exhausting before Christmas. And I hate that. I really hate that. We don't need all this stuff, So be happy with what we are having and crying out to Jesus. This is so much more value. And for me, I got also reminded of all the people I met the last 14 years. I always tell this is like a wonderful bouquet of flowers because everybody is different and looks different, it smells different, different countries, different cultures, and I have this wonderful bouquet of different flowers with me. Doesn't matter where I am, and this is so amazing. And this is my biggest treasure besides of Jesus. All the people I met and what I saw and what I experienced and all the stories I'm carrying, what the people are telling me. Sometimes I speak about the stories, sometimes I write about, and sometimes it's only in my heart. And yeah, we really, really should be thankful for all the things we have and what we experience, even the bad things. I was speaking in a church. It's not so long ago that I was telling about my Thanksgiving project I did, and that Holy Spirit told me after 2 weeks of saying Thanksgiving for 1 hour every day, after 3 weeks he told me that I should be thankful for every bad thing what happened to me. And I did. And this was one of the biggest breakthrough I had with Jesus, because his presence was so thick over weeks on me, and I felt his love so tangible again and again and again, And I know this is tough. I know that life on earth is tough. I know this. But we still need to be thankful for the things we have, or we have experienced, or we will experience. And sometimes God is asking if we are willing to drink out of the cup of joy and suffering. And we will get heartbroken. This is for sure. And sometimes God is doing this for a reason, so that we can love the people in front of us. And we couldn't do this before. So, yeah. And I'm very, 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 very grateful right now. And I don't know what God has in store for me in 2025. I have a little glimpse, but I don't know yet, because God is always surprising. Always. So I didn't know in June that I would go to Israel. So, but he was calling me and I went, and it was amazing. So, and we should always say yes to Jesus and not no, because our daddy in heaven knows what he is doing. I can tell. Even when we don't understand. So, but it's all about trust. Trust in God with our whole heart. This is what God was telling me last year from September on. And there were some months in between that I lost that. And I came to this place, I think it's 3 weeks ago. I was in my quiet time one morning, and God told me, "You don't trust me." And I was crying my head off, and I said, "How can I?" Because I experienced so many heartbreaking things the last months. But God is faithful. And he took me again on this journey of trusting him. And I had to make a decision to trust him again. And it took me some months to do this, but I did it. And I can really see and feel that I can trust God again. It doesn't matter what. And I want to encourage you, whatever you are going through, trust in the Lord wholeheartedly. It doesn't matter what. He is faithful and he is standing to his promise. And when he is giving you a promise, he will do it. Believe me. Or no, not believe me, believe God. That's a better one. Okay, this is all for me now for 2024. I will let you know in 2025 what's going on and where I will move to. Okay, have a Merry Christmas and a blessed Hanukkah wherever you are. Love Jesus with all your heart. This is the best thing you can do. Bye.